Hey, Jason here from Simply Swider. If your LG washer is displaying the FE error code and you're finding water pooling around your machine or overflowing from the drum, you've come to the right place. In this video, I'll walk you through the exact steps to diagnose and fix this problem. The good news is most of these fixes are totally doable at home and way cheaper than calling someone like me out. Before we get started, if you run into any questions, jump into our Facebook group, links in the description. We've got thousands of people helping each other fix their appliances, and I pop in there daily to help out. So the number one culprit is going to be your water inlet valve getting stuck open. Here's what happens. This valve is supposed to control when water comes into your washer, but when it fails, water just keeps running even when the machine is completely off. I had this customer last week who called me in a panic because her laundry room was flooding, and when I got there, her washer was unplugged, but water was still pouring in. That's your dead giveaway right there. Here's how you test it. First, ensure your safety by unplugging your washer completely from the electrical outlet, then turn your water supply back on. If you see water flowing into the tub or detergent tray with the machine unplugged, that valve has failed and needs replacement. This test should take less than 2 minutes to confirm. The fix is straightforward, but you gotta move fast. Turn off the water supply at the wall immediately. You'll need to remove the top panel by undoing a couple screws and sliding it back. Mark those electrical connectors and hoses before you disconnect anything. Trust me, you don't want to guess where they go back. Pull out the old valve, drop in the new one, and reconnect everything. The whole job takes about an hour if you take your time. Another common cause is your pressure switch going bad or that little air tube getting clogged up. This switch is basically how your washer knows when it's got enough water, but if it can't read the water level right, the machine just keeps filling and filling. You'll know it's this problem if your washer overfills during normal wash cycles, meaning it keeps filling with water past the normal level, but stops filling completely when you turn the machine off. This indicates the pressure switch can't accurately detect water levels. I remember this guy who said his washer was like a swimming pool after every load. Turned out his pressure switch hose was packed with lint and debris. Here's the fix. Pop off that top panel and look for the pressure switch. It's usually got a clear plastic tube attached to it. Give that tube a good look for kinks, blockages, or if it's come loose. Sometimes you can just blow into the tube to clear out debris, and boom, problem solved. If that doesn't work, the switch itself probably needs replacing. Either way, it's an easy fix that'll save you a service call. Don't overlook those little inlet filters. They get clogged up with sediment and debris over time, and that can mess with your water valve's ability to close properly. You'll spot this problem if your water pressure seems low or if you can actually see gunk when you disconnect the hoses. The fix is super simple and takes about 15 minutes. You'll need pliers and a flashlight. First, turn off your water supply valves, then disconnect the inlet hoses from the back of the washer using pliers and check those small mesh screens inside the water connections. Most of the time you can clean them with an old toothbrush, but if they're really bad, just replace them. They're only a few bucks. While you're at it, check those hoses for kinks or damage. This is one of those maintenance things that prevents bigger problems down the road. Here's something most people don't think about. Using too much detergent or the wrong kind can actually trigger that FEE error. All those suds confuse the water level sensor into thinking there's more water than there actually is. I had this lady who was using regular detergent in her high efficiency washer. She had bubbles coming out the door. If this is your problem, you'll usually see the error clear up after a reset. Here's what you do. Pause the cycle, unplug the washer for a few minutes, then run a quick cycle with no detergent at all to clear out those suds. Going forward, make sure you're using HE detergent and following the dosing instructions on the bottle. Less is definitely more with these machines. All right, so the FE code on your LG washer basically means there's a fill error. Either it's not getting enough water or it's getting way too much. Now, I'm going to walk you through the most common causes of this, starting with the biggest troublemaker and working our way down. Trust me on this one. I've seen this error code 100 times, and it's usually one of these four things. The water inlet valve is going to run you anywhere from about $9 to over 200, depending on your model and where you shop. Most common ones are in the $30 to $60 range, though. You can find these at appliance parts stores or online. Just make sure you get the right part number for your model. This is definitely worth fixing yourself because it's not too complicated, and a service call for this repair could easily cost you a couple $100. The valve itself isn't rebuildable. When it goes bad, you got to replace the whole thing, but installation is pretty straightforward if you mark your connections before you take the old one out. For the pressure switch, you're looking at somewhere between 11 and $63 for a replacement. Before you buy one, though, try cleaning that air tube first. Sometimes that's all it needs. If you do need a new switch, this is another easy DIY repair. The tricky part is sometimes there's carbon buildup on the electrical connections, so clean those up real good before you install the new switch. This part is worth replacing because it controls such a critical function, and without it working right, you're going to keep having overfill problems. The inlet filters are the cheapest fix. You're talking about $4 for a single screen or maybe 13 for a two-pack. These are definitely worth maintaining because clogged filters put extra stress on your inlet valve and can cause it to fail prematurely. You can pick these up at any hardware store or order them online. They're so easy to replace. Literally just pull out the old one and pop in the new one. I recommend changing these every year or two just as preventive maintenance. Before we wrap up, you can see right there on your screen some of the most common LG models that run into these FE code issues. Take a look. You might spot your own washer up there. I've worked on pretty much all of these models, and the fixes I showed you apply across the board. That's how you tackle the LGFE error code. Here's your quick diagnostic checklist. First, unplug the washer and check if water still runs. That's a failed inlet valve. Second, if water only overfills during cycles, check the pressure switch and air tube. Third, inspect inlet filters for clogs. Finally, verify you're using the correct HE detergent amount. This systematic approach will solve 90% of FE error codes. Most of the time, one of these fixes will get you back to doing laundry without any drama. If you know someone struggling with appliance problems, share this video with them. My channel has dozens of repair tutorials that can save hundreds of dollars in service calls. Most fixes use common tools and cost under $50 in parts. It sure beats having a repairman come out and spending several hundred for them to fix it when it could be something so simple. If this helped you get your washer working again, hit that like button and drop a comment below. Let me know which fix worked for you. Really helps other people with the same problem. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. We'll get this out to more folks who need to save some time and money. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day.